The adventure begins for Montreal. I am at SeaTac Airport waiting for my flight, and I'm literally by myself. So I'm aboard the airplane and there's no one. So I just arrived at the Airbnb. It's probably around 8:45 a.m. and now I'm gonna take a little nap before going grocery shopping to fill up the fridge. I'm about to go out to dinner. It's around 6:30 p.m. I came home after my groceries and I'm getting over a cold that I had, or I still have. So I decided I'm just gonna take a break, sleep, that way the rest of the trip I can really enjoy my stay. And now I'm gonna go find some dinner nearby. So on my way to finding a restaurant, I stopped in this little area. It says Collège de Montréal, but it has all these informational signs about the history of this building and this place, which is kind of cool. I'm back in bed. I am watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer because it's not on Netflix anymore in the States, and I love this show. But anyways, I'm gonna go to bed soon after this episode of Buffy, and then I will see you tomorrow. Bye! Good morning, it is day 2 here in Montreal. I'm planning to go walk around the old part of the city and just kind of see what I can find over there. I took a little detour through McGill University on my way to the old Montreal. So we're gonna see a little bit of the university. So I continued walking through McGill. There's a lot of construction, so there weren't really any good photo opportunities of the buildings. But I ended up in this little forest trail. But looking at it, it looks like it's taking me in the opposite direction that I want to go. So I think I'm just gonna do the bottom part of the trail, and then I'll head back the way I was going to go to Le Vieux-Port. So I'm walking through Chinatown right now, and it's really hard not to stop and eat. It's around lunchtime and I love Asian food and this is the place to get it. However, I promised myself today that I would go to the old part of Montreal and get some real Quebecois food, or at least find a cute little place that's semi-Quebecois. So I guess I'll just have to come back some other time. Taking a little break at the Port of Montréal, or the Vieux-Port, or sorry, the Old Port. I was trying to translate it to English and then I just translated it to the other name in French. Okay, break is over. I got a little rumbly in my tumbly, so it's time to go get some lunch. Last time I was in Quebec, I tried maple butter and it was my favorite thing and I could not find it anywhere. But the problem is now I'm traveling with carry-on only, so I can't buy it and bring it home. So as I was leaving the Vieux-Montréal, I ran into some guy who asked me if I knew where to buy Cirque du Soleil tickets, and we started chatting, and then he was like, here, let me show you the city. And so we just walked around a little bit until we got to kind of an area that I wasn't familiar with, and I said sorry, I don't really feel comfortable, but thanks for the tour, I'm gonna head the rest alone. And then he offered to show me a naked spa, and I was like, okay, no thanks. I'm gonna head off now on my own. Thank you, bye. So that was kind of interesting. We'll see what is in store now. Guys, there's a dress-up room. If I were not by myself, I would 100% dress up and play make-believe, because this is literally my favorite part about museums, like when they do stuff like this. But I really, really want to dress up, but I have nobody to dress up with. It's so sad. I was hoping to go to the Notre Dame Basilica, but there's a show every night and the line is crazy. So even though I didn't get to go into the Notre Dame Basilica, I did go into the Catholic Cathedral and spend about 20 minutes looking around and praying and just unwinding at the end of the day. It was really nice. Another day is at an end. I walked at least 15 miles today. I just need a little break because my legs are super tired. But it was just a really good day overall, and I'm excited for the rest of the trip. Good night. Good morning. It is the start of day 3. I'm probably going to go to some museums. I want to go all the way back to the Vieux Montreal because I saw that they had the Science Museum and the the Archaeology Museum. I'm about to head off, and it's nice because I don't have to carry a big jacket in my backpack because it's going to be so warm today. Anyways, I'm off. I just walked into the St. Patrick Basilica and they were in the middle of Mass. So that was kind of awkward, but I was very respectful. I stayed in the back. I didn't get to take as many pictures as I would have liked, but that's okay. I just got done with lunch and I'm in the Archaeology Museum.
C'est un homme d'affaires important.
Archaeology Museum is done. Now I'm going to go see if I can get into the Science Museum, which is right next door. I just walked into the Science Museum. The ticket taker has the funniest and nicest accent. He was like, bonjour, comment ça va? Oh my gosh, he was so nice. Big smiles, all like just the stereotypical Canadian friendliness. He made my day. That man, go you. what I study at school. The larynx and the pharynx is my jam. I can tell you what you want to know. Okay guys, big news. I'm pregnant. Look at the babies. So cute. Okay, the hardest part is getting off the cab. Dinner is over and I have about an hour before I have a show. Part of the Science Museum offers an IMAX theater show. So I'm just gonna go walk and explore the streets a little bit. Probably get there a little bit early. Theater. We're gonna go see this movie. This is what I just saw and it was really good. I recommend it to anyone. It was dubbed in French, which is fine, but the original English version is narrated by Morgan Freeman. But yeah, there's a whole section, I mean the whole video talks about Louis Armstrong. Before going on the airplane, I watched Louis Armstrong and Danny Kaye in their movie 5 Pennies, which is one of my favorite movies, by the way. I recommend that movie to anyone who likes music and jazz especially, but they also went into some Elvis and some Motown and things, so it was really good. I was about to walk home, but it's 9 o'clock already and I need to get home before Emily does, because she's coming in tonight. And it's about a 45-minute walk. I would probably get lost. So I'm just gonna Uber and I'm just gonna chill and wait. So my friend Emily is finally here. She's gonna walk through this door any second. I don't know how, but she got into the building on her own. And so she's gonna come up to the elevator. Here she is. Hello! She's here!
This lady opening the door.
Good morning, world. I'm here with my friend Emily. We are booking an Airbnb to Quebec, or in Quebec City, and we are gonna go take the train tomorrow and explore there a little bit.
Oh yes.
But today we have a late start, so we're gonna grab lunch and then we're gonna go climb to the top of Mount Royal. So see you later. We are walking up to the mountain now. We stopped for some Mexican food for lunch.
Not the best idea.
Not the best idea, but we're gonna work off all those calories on our little walk.
Walking uphill to get to the uphill walk.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Keep you updated. It's been probably not even 5 minutes. And we are both sweating and huffing and puffing and dreading this walk.
2 breaks then.
Yep. But that's okay. We're gonna do it. We made it.
To the top.
Yay. It wasn't actually as bad as we thought. We got to a trail and we were like, oh, this is probably a third of the way. And then some guy was like, actually, you're almost there.
Yeah.
Just take this really flat trail and you'll be there.
We were being extremely dramatic in the last part, and I'm sorry for it.
Yeah. Oops. We made it to the historical circle stone, which is literally
A circle
a circle stone in the ground.
It has writing on it.
Yeah, although it's all covered in dust and dirt. But the one thing I can read is it says, I don't know if you can see this, quelque chose, which means something. Quite literally something.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Whole rock of something.
Whole rock of something. We found the cross, and we had some trouble because we keep thinking that we're really far away from something, and we're actually not.
I want one of these.
Mm-hmm. Found the swing in the mountain, and we're swinging. On our way to the bagel place, we stumbled upon some kind of market festival thing. We found a little park with a nice fountain and a church. This is the way to spend a Friday night. Oreos and Netflix. We started off by watching American Horror Story episode 1 of season 8 before dinner. And then that was good, but there were no more to watch. Then we went out to dinner and came back and watched an episode of Queer Eye. Cried quite a bit. And now we're gonna watch The Office with our Oreos and milk because that's the way to go. Alright, good night. Good morning. We had a late night last night because we were watching TV and eating snacks and dessert. And now we have a bus to catch. And we slept in 45 minutes past what we wanted to. So this should be a fun morning. Made it on time,
Surprisingly.
despite our 45-minute wake-up delay. But yeah, here we are. We arrived in Quebec City.
Yay!
We arrived a little bit early, so now we're gonna go find our apartment before heading out to lunch. We made it to the Airbnb. The couch is sideways. All the furniture is stacked up. So off to a great start in Quebec City. The city's nice, our place less nice. We made it to Old Town, Quebec City. We were just saying how warm we were and how we deserved an ice cream. And we found a little place to put our feet in the water. This is fantastic.
It's a godsend.
Adios.
Oh,
Yay! Sunset stop in the park. We watched Breakfast with Scott, and it is such a cute movie. and Canadian, so it makes sense to watch it. And it was just such a good one. The feels, all those feels. But yeah, now we're gonna go to bed so we can enjoy tomorrow. And yeah, good night. Good morning. We are having breakfast right next to the apartment before we go drop off our bags and start our day of museums. Guess where we are? Back in the water! We made it to the Citadel, but it's $14 for entry and we have other places to be. We are on the Plains of Abraham, which is significant because
There's a very important battle was fought here. It was in 1794 between the British and French, who were both trying to...
was it 94? Is that what he...
1794?
I don't know.
Girl, I'm not quite sure. It was in the 1700s. And basically the French had occupation of all of Quebec, hence the name. And Britain was primarily in Ontario and other eastern provinces. And they wanted control because they liked that. And they fought a war on these plains, and the British beat the French, and that's a nice car.
Yes.
No, we have cars like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and gained occupation, and that's why the Queen is on French money, and there's not...
Canadian money.
Oh. Yeah, and there's not two different currencies in Canada.
Right.
That's my top of the hour.
History with Emily. She's wearing 29% of the weight that a normal soldier would be wearing. And I am wearing 21% of the weight a normal soldier would be wearing. And it would usually total around 70 pounds, which is crazy because I could not imagine fighting in this. We are now switching outfits and we
I
are
look
the...
like Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah, you're gorgeous. Haha. I don't know if they pulled or like lit or I don't know how it works.
They get the idea.
Fun fact, the hat is called a tricorn because it has 3 points. Also, to tell the difference between a French and a British soldier, you look at the sleeves of their waistcoat. And if there are sleeves in the waistcoat, not the overcoat because they all have sleeves on the overcoat, but if they have sleeves on the waistcoat, which would be the red inside sleeves, then they are French. The English waistcoats did not have sleeves. Yeah, look at that. You're under arrest, Emily, for drinking on the job. Shame on you. We are back in the Airbnb at Montreal. I'm blocking you. We kind of skipped dinner because we had candy on the bus. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Emily's last day here in Montreal, and we are gonna go do a scavenger hunt today in Old Montreal.
Yay!
We just had dim sum for lunch, and now we're gonna start our scavenger hunt of Old Montreal. Here we go.
Pretty hobos?
Yeah, Team Pretty Hobos from Breakfast with Scott, because that movie has imprinted on our hearts. We're taking a much needed break with our blue raspberry slushies right in front of the Ferris wheel. finished our scavenger hunt. Team Pretty Hobos beat 91% of the other teams who have done this course.
Not surprised.
But we did really well, and it was so much fun and a great way to tour the city.
We rocked it.
Emily's leaving. She's going back to her home in Toronto. But good news is that we had a fun last day and a fun weekend.
Good news, we had fun.
This is Emily's last few moments here in Montreal on this trip.
And I'll see Sarah again in Seattle.
Yeah, hey. Good night. It is the end of the day, and I walked around town a little bit after dropping Emily off at the airport, or at the train station, and now it's time for bed. Good night. Hello again. It is another day here in Montreal. I didn't vlog this morning, but nothing really special happened. This afternoon, I'm thinking of going to go see a movie at one of the local cinemas. So today's kind of a lazy day. Not much of tourism or anything. Just got back from seeing Christopher Robin. It was a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it to anyone who's a fan of Winnie the Pooh or just Disney in general. Now I'm probably gonna have a little bit of dinner and then probably just hang out at the apartment. Good morning. It is my final day in Montreal. I think I'm going to go visit the Musée Grévin and the Museum of Fine Arts today. Yesterday was a horrible day of vlogging. It was a great day, but the vlogging was pretty terrible because I just didn't film anything really. So I apologize. I'm here with Marie Antoinette. Hey! And I'm loving her dress, and I'm wishing I could have one just like it, but alas, I do not. I have never done a wax museum by myself, and there's nobody in these rooms with me, so I forgot that they're kind of creepy. I mean, I keep feeling like one of them's gonna be like, hi, hey. I'm in Sister Act or Sound of Music. Hey bud, this is the English general who won the Battle of the Plains of Abraham. Mr. Charlie and I, 2 peas in a pod. This takes me back to my Bob Fosse dancing days. So we had little bowler hats like these. Look who I found. Hugh Laurie. Happy birthday, Mr. President. My all-time favorite, Mr. Louis Armstrong. Musée Grévin is finished, and now I'm gonna head over to the Fine Arts Museum and see if I can spend the afternoon there. Alors ça, cher Lévi! I had time to kill, and I decided I'd pass right in front of it, but to stop inside the Barbie Expo. It's free, which is awesome. It's all the Barbie clothes that are like high-end fashion. It has really good reviews, this little museum thing. Guys, I had this one growing up. She's the Princess of Holland, and it's a 17th century gown, and I remember loving her. And I also had a Rose from Titanic, and they had kind of a similar style, like the red hair, I guess. And I used to like have them be sisters, and oh my gosh, memories. I found another one from the same collection I had. This one right here. And it's the Princess of the Korean Court. This really brings back memories. I'm sure there are some here, because I remember I had a whole collection that I received one Christmas or one birthday from my parents. I think it was my parents. And I had a whole bunch, and I don't remember what, oh, I think this one. Here, I found another one. The Princess of Imperial Russia was another one that I had. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so happy I came in here. I forgot, but another scene that I used to play with my dolls was the scene in Gone with the Wind where Melanie is in labor with her child and they have to flee the city because it's being attacked. And that was like one of my go-to Barbie play stories. Guess who I found? Rose from Titanic. This was the doll that I was obsessed with. I loved her so much, and I'm so happy they have her here. The museum was huge. I was not expecting it to be that big. I don't really understand contemporary art. There was one and it was literally just yellow paper with holes in it. The classical art was impressive. They definitely have a huge collection. I may go out for dinner after, or I'll just try to empty my groceries. I overbought stuff. So maybe for the host's next guests, they'll have some, cereal and tea and soy sauce. Today was a great day. Fantastic way to end the trip. Here's to the last night in Montreal. Good night. Good morning. It is like 5:15. The apartment is pretty much ready for me to leave. I just have to make the bed. I'm not gonna make it just so he knows that I slept in it, but just make it look like more, I guess, nicer. Made it through security, and now I just have to find my gate. Arrived in Seattle after a little bit of a delay, but I made it home and I have been cuddling with this little fur ball since I arrived. She's hiding her face. Show your face, Truffle. There you go. Good girl. Anyways, the trip was a fantastic way to end the summer and I'm so glad I did it. And thanks for watching my little video.